In 1972, a man called Odd Colin, a local character in the seaside town of Kurgate, vanished without a trace. We decided to find out what really happened to him.
It would have been more useful if we travelled back in time to 1972, really, wouldn't it? Instead of 1724.
You were the one in charge of the time travel.
The odd storm must have brought us here for a reason. We just need to work out what.
It had better be relevant. I got kidnapped by smugglers for this. Anyway, I'm Alfie Reese.
And I'm Morgana Huddleston.
Welcome to Truthdiggers. I was stranded in 1724, and the crew of the smuggler vessel, Poison Squid, had decided I was going to be their new cabin boy. But the captain had just revealed he stole the Oddstone back in his pirate days. He showed me a pamphlet telling tales about his exploits, which gave me an idea. I've seen a pamphlet like this before.
I'm sure you have. They're very popular.
I don't think you'd like the one that I saw, though.
How do you mean?
It told all about this time that you got stranded out of port while trying to land Niskoma, and you ended up having to dump a whole shipment of sugar into the sea.
That never happened.
Oh. I thought that you said all the stories about you were true.
Not that one. And you better tell me where you saw it, boy.
It was in Kursgate. Someone in a tavern had it and was reading it out to everyone and laughing.
This will not stand.
So, shall we go back there?
Yes, but not right now.
Are you sure? I mean, people could be reading it.
We've got a shipment to run first. I'll come back, don't you worry. But you need to go to the galley and help with supper. We're all starving.
Fine.
Go and find Mary first. She'll show you the ropes.
I'm back with Mary and Jake, the smugglers who kidnapped me, on the deck of the Poison Squid.
He's still talking to that box in a weird way, Jake.
I'm still not happy about being kidnapped, but it's very interesting to see a real smuggler's vessel back in the 18th century, which really was the golden age of smuggling.
You finished?
For now.
Right, you need to sign the crew manifest.
Now, the crew manifest is an important part of any ship.
He's off again.
This is the list of every member of the crew, like a school register, really.
Can you write?
Of course I can. In fact, I was just saying to the captain...
The captain insists everyone on the crew is able to read and write.
And we has regular spelling tests, and if he gets less than half of them right, he has to be lookout that night.
As I looked down the crew manifest, I saw the names Richie Fraser and William Fraser, the same surname as Colin Fraser, the man whose disappearance we were investigating. These two guys here, are they still part of the crew?
The Fraser brothers, of course. They work in the galley, mostly.
I should explain for the benefit of the listeners that a galley is a ship's kitchen.
What listeners?
These Fraser brothers were the only lead I could follow up on right now, and I had to go to the galley anyway, or the captain would get cross. I'm talking now to Richie Fraser and William Fraser, who are the ship's cooks. I'm a bit surprised a ship this size needs 2 cooks.
Well, the captain's a very successful smuggler, so he can afford 2 cooks.
And he likes his desserts. That's my job.
Yeah. I do main courses. Richie does desserts, pastries, that type of thing.
I always say, if you gives your crew desserts, you stop 'em deserting.
He does always say that.
The Fraser brothers did look a bit like Colin. They were both tall and had long, straight noses. But we were sailing away from Kursgate, so why would either of them end up there to have children? It's getting pretty wild out here.
You'll get your sea legs soon enough.
Why can't I have them now? I'm not sure why that's funny, but never mind. Do you land at Kursgate often?
No! We usually drop anchor further down the coast than that. But we had a warning. The customs men were waiting for us. So we went on up to Kursgate. I didn't go ashore, but Richie did.
I were looking for apples to make a crumble with. Horrible place. Nasty weather. Weird people. Not a decent pub to be found.
So you wouldn't consider settling down there and starting a family?
Don't talk nonsense. Us sailors are married to the sea.
You make it sound like we all goes out with mermaids.
Well, if I ever meet a mermaid, I'll be...
Actually believes in mermaids.
Really?
I just like to keep an open mind. I've heard some very compelling stories about mermaids, sirens, krakens.
So Richie was the one who'd actually been to Kerr's Gate, but William looked closer to Colin.
Of Atlantis.
But you must be planning to retire one day.
When I do, I'm buying a place in Venice or Naples, somewhere like that, and open a shop selling candies
Cabin
and
boy?
sweetmeats.
Captain wants you up on
But
deck.
I'm talking to these guys about...
When the captain wants you, you don't say but.
I'm in the woods outside Kerr's Gate, where a witch's coven is meeting. The boss witch, Agnes, is using the oddstone I brought back in time to get back the oddstone which was stolen from her. We saw the thief in an enchanted bowl of water talking to Alfie on board a ship. So the witches are casting a spell to whip up a storm and bring the ship back here. Hope that's all clear. Wow, I think it's working.
Of course it's working.
So, once you brought the ship back here, how are you going to stop the smugglers just sailing off again?
For a start, their ship will be in pieces.
Right, what?
The storm will dash it on the rocks. Lots of rocks on the beach of Kerr's Gate.
But Alfie's on there.
I'm on the deck of the poison squid, and the sea really is getting quite wild. Mary, is this normal sailing condition?
Put your stupid box down. The captain wants you.
The ship was swaying so alarmingly from side to side, it was hard to keep on my feet. Ow!
No time to be falling over, lad. Everything on this deck needs to be safely stashed or tied down while we ride out this storm.
You think we can ride it out?
Of course! I told you! This ship is invincible!
Captain, the storm's sending us towards the rock.
Ha! Don't worry, lads. The Oddstone will protect us. Man the sails, and we'll steer this ship right. What? But how are there rocks here? We should be in open water.
No, Captain. We're back at Kerr's Gate.
But we cast off from there an hour ago.
Storm must have blown us back.
Impossible. I sense some sorcery afoot.
Sorcery or not, the ship does seem to be taking on water. Look, that side is sinking.
My own magic will keep us afloat. Ha ha!
The ship creaked and leaned to one side, thrown this way and that by the storm. A huge wave swept over the deck and soaked us all. I hope my phone is okay. But my phone getting wet was the least of my troubles. I had an idea, though. If one of the Fraser brothers is Colin's ancestor, then he must survive the shipwreck. So I need to work out which one it is and stick with him, right? Sounds like I don't have long to decide which one. And I need your help. Let us know at the Fun Kids website. Do I stick with William or Richie?